After a season on the bump that saw the Hoosier pitching staff have a 3.09 season ERA, including a 2.80 earned run average in Big Ten play, and own a 2.5-to-1 strikeout-to-walk ratio as well as a sub-1.30 whip, Indiana will try to mix a blend of old and new faces on the bump this season. The rotation. Even though Indiana brings back 10 of 14 pitchers from last season, U loses 40% of its innings pitched from the 2018 campaign. A large chunk of that production, 164.2 innings, comes in the loss of Jonathan Stever and Tim Herron, who were IU's Friday and Sunday starters a year ago. Stever was Indiana's ace over the last couple of seasons, and held a strong 3.41 ERA to go along with 97 strikeouts to go against 32 walks in 110.1 innings pitched. Stever was able to turn his strong campaign into a fifth-round draft pick with the Chicago White Sox. Herron emerged as IU's Sunday starter and flourished. As a junior, he had a 6-0 record with a 3.22 ERA and a .234 opponent's batting average. The Cleveland Indians drafted Herron in the 29th round of the 2018 Major League Baseball draft. Even with losing 2 out of 3 weekend starters, Indiana won't have much to worry about on Friday nights, as senior Paulie Milto will take the reins as the bona fide ace of the U staff. Milto was phenomenal in 2018, as he owned the second-best ERA in the Big Ten at 2.03. The Greenwood native went 8-2 with a 1.14 whip and a .228 opponent's batting average. Despite missing a few weeks due to injury, Milto was still named second-team All-Big Ten. Milto's importance to the entire U pitching staff can't be underestimated. The senior is as good as anyone in college baseball at eating up innings and going deep into starts, 5.2 IP or more in 10 out of 13 starts, including 2 complete games. Milto's ability to pitch effectively into the later innings not only helps Indiana's chance to win when he is on the mound, but it also limits IU's bullpen usage on days that Milto starts, which lets Jeff Mercer or less seasoned Chris Lemonis be more aggressive with the bullpen on days that Milto does not start. Milto's presence could not have been highlighted more than when he was hurt from mid-April through early May. During the stretch, U lost 9 out of 11 games and went from being ranked top 10 nationally to blowing a chance to host a regional. Assuming Milto can stay healthy this season, he will be the bell cow for the Indiana pitching staff. After Milto, Indiana has a lot of question marks in the rest of the rotation. Mercer is starting the season with junior college transfer Tanner Gordon and sophomore Tommy Summer. Gordon is a huge wild card. The Champaign native is taking the Logan Khalitha path to Bloomington as, like Khalitha, Gordon comes to U from John A. Logan College. Last season with the Vols, Gordon struck out an impressive 104 batters in just 70 innings pitched and only gave up 16 earned runs on the campaign. If Gordon can carry his success over to the Division I level in a similar way Khalitha did at the plate last season, he will be a mainstay in Indiana's weekend rotation. Summer made 3 starts last season, and while he never gave up more than 2 earned runs in a start, the sophomore did not last more than 3 innings in a single start. Summer's longest outing actually came in relief against Ball State when he lasted 4 1/3 innings. Summer may not be the permanent solution as Mercer's Sunday guy, but if Summer can come close to maintaining his 3.07 ERA while being stretched out to starters innings, he could be a real weapon for Indiana. The bullpen. Indiana brings back a lot of pieces from last season's bullpen, and you will again be leaning on the duo of Matt Lloyd and Cal Kruger to primarily close out games. The biggest question for Indiana's back end of the bullpen will be how to manage innings throughout a long season. Lloyd, IU's super utility hitter and pitcher, was Lemonis's go-to closer in his last 2 seasons in Bloomington. Lloyd's biggest issue on the mound, however, has been that he wants to play more in the field to try to show MLB scouts he is a capable fielder at the next level, which is completely fair of him to do. It was hard for Lemonis to pitch Lloyd on days he would play the field, as he couldn't get to the bullpen and warm up as easily, and that led to Lloyd pitching roughly 10 less innings in 2018 than he did 2 years ago, even though his ERA dropped from 2.23 to 1.54. How Mercer balances when Lloyd pitches, plays DH versus playing in the field will be the biggest storyline of the Hoosier bullpen this season. Last season Lemonis called Cal Kruger's name out of the bullpen on 27 occasions. The only other Hoosier to pitch in more than 17 games was B.J. Sable, 23. Lemonis used Kruger much like how Terry Francona uses Andrew Miller in the MLB players, as a super reliever designed to get outs in the highest pressure situation of the game, and Kruger flourished in the role. However, the issue became Lemonis overusing Kruger, as the Jasper native not only appeared more than any other pitcher, but he was also regularly stretched out. Kruger pitched at least a full inning in all 27 appearances, and pitched more than one inning 16 appearances. This slowly wore Kruger down, as he allowed earned runs in 5 out of 6 outings, 10 runs in the 6 games between April 28 and May 24. That saw Kruger's ERA swell from 1.45 to 3.24. Mercer will need to limit Kruger's innings early in the year so that the skipper can get the most out of his best weapon late in the season. Of course, part of the reason Kruger was overused in 2018 was because Lemonis did not have many other guys he could trust in the pen besides Kruger, Lloyd and the now-departed Sable. Mercer and pitching coach Justin Parker will have to develop talent like Grant Sloan, Andrew Salfrank, and Gabe Bierman among others into reliable bullpen weapons to help Kruger and Lloyd in relief. Player development is something that Parker has harped on. When you want to base your program off development, you have to gain the trust, Park said last fall. You have to get to know them. You have to spend time with them. If Indiana can solidify its rotation and develop complementary bullpen pieces to Lloyd and Kruger, the Hoosiers can again have one of the best pitching staffs in the Big Ten.